In this Warframe Beginner's Guide, I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know to have a nice and problem-free start into your Warframe journey. When you start Warframe for the first time, you're directly thrown into the tutorial quest, pick your starting Warframe, follow the instructions on screen, and everything seems to be nice and dandy. But once you finish that tutorial quest, you have no idea what to do, you are completely overwhelmed by all the things that the game is stuffing in your face, and you're just gonna think to yourself, what the heck is even going on and what am I supposed to do? Sound familiar? So in this video, I'm gonna try to bring some light into the dark to show you what you need to do in Warframe, what's important, and what you can actually do with all the mechanics that the game introduced you to. So without further ado, let's get into it. First of all, what is your job in Warframe? What do you have to do? What is your mission? What is your goal? What is your whole purpose in this digital universe? Well, let's take a look into it. While Warframe certainly gives you a lot of possibilities to tackle whatever you want to tackle, there is one agreed upon thing that basically everybody thinks you should do first, and that is go here and complete the entire star chart. As you also saw in the tutorial when you did some missions on Earth already, the star chart is your mission select screen and there are missions to do on every single planetary body right here. Once you've successfully completed a mission, it will be shown as a white dot in the mission select screen. Missions that you haven't completed yet are marked in blue. So all you need to do is start the missions that are blinking blue, and once you complete them, you unlock the adjacent mission nodes and then you do them and rinse and repeat. This way you're gonna step by step clear your path through the planet until you reach the so-called junction right here, which is the bridge that gets you access to the next planet in the line. If you hover over the junction icon, you will see a number of things that you have to complete first before you can actually get access to said junction. So read through what you have to do here, do that, and then you can access the junction. There you will go and fight a little mini-boss, which is actually going to be super easy, so quickly go in, clap him, and you've gained access to the next planet. It's really that simple, to be honest. All you need to do is repeat that whole process for every planet on the star chart, making your way through the game. For some junctions, however, like for the Saturn junction which we're seeing right here, you will have to complete a story quest in order to be able to access it. And the next question then would be, how do you actually start a story quest? In order to begin a story quest, you're gonna go out of your star chart and walk over here. This is the Codex. The Codex is sort of an in-game version of the Warframe wiki where you can find a lot of useful information, but what we're looking for right here is the quest section. If you scroll down here, you can find all the quests that are currently in the game and that are currently available to you. So simply pick the quest that you need to do in order to progress to the next planet and start it on this screen. If you go back to the star chart then, you can track the quest if you hover over that icon right here. If you click it, you will see which quest is currently active and what exactly you have to do as a next step in that quest in order to progress through the quest. So keeping track of what to do is actually really easy. And that's really all there is. Finish one planet after another. Once a story quest appears, do the story quest, have fun with it, and enjoy the ride. I promise you, you're gonna have a lot of fun witnessing the visual variety of all the different planets and step by step uncover the quite deep and very nicely told story and finding out what's really happening in this solar system. Don't be surprised if the first planets seem a bit boring in the story department. The story is gonna pick up eventually, round about when you arrive at Uranus, but then it will get really interesting and quite cinematic with enough content to actually justify putting out a whole single-player game. So don't miss out on that. But now that you know what your big milestone is, what your overarching goal in this world is, what is with all the little things? What are all these consoles here in the orbiter? How do I get new weapons? How do I upgrade my weapons? How do I get more Warframes? And what is there to know about the game? Let's take a look at that step by step now. If we go in the cockpit, the right console right here is the market. This is where you can buy premium stuff mostly with the premium currency Platinum. Right at the game start, you will have 50 Platinum, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna look for the complete starter slot bundle which costs 45, so you can afford that. If you're on PC, buy that right away and don't spend your Platinum on anything else, because this is objectively the best thing to spend your starting Platinum on, nothing better than more inventory space for weapons and Warframes. However, if you play on console, you're gonna wait with your 50 starting platinum until you get a 50% discount for the market purchases as a daily login bonus, and then you just buy 2 of these. But let's leave the market for now and take a look at how you actually get new weapons and new warframes. If we go down here on the right side, we're gonna find the Foundry. The Foundry is the place where you create everything you ever want to have. In order to build something, whether that be a warframe or a weapon, you need a blueprint for said item. For weapons, for example, one source of blueprints would be back in the market right here. If we click on the market categories and go over to weapons, let's say we want to have the Boltor. While it looks like you can only buy it for platinum, if you click it, you have the options to buy the blueprint for the Boltor from in-game credits. If you hover over it, it's also going to show you which resources you're going to need and how many of them in order to be able to build it. So what we're going to do is we buy the blueprint for credits, get out of the market, go over to the Foundry, and we will see that the blueprint for the Boltor has automatically been delivered to the Foundry. We can find it right here, and we can click the build here. As soon as we have all the resources required, we can hit build right here, and as we see, in 24 hours the Boltor will be finished, and we can take it out of here and equip it onto our Warframe. Of course, not every warframe and every weapon is going to be accessible via the market. There are also other sources where you can get blueprints, maybe from enemy drops, maybe from your clan's dojo, and you will find that out over time. Just for now, what you want to know is, if you want a new item, a new gear piece, you're going to have the blueprint and then get the resources to build it in the Foundry. Question would be, where do I find the resources? Well, we can go back to the star chart. And when we click on a planet, let's say we go over to Venus, we have this little icon right here. When we hover over that icon, we can see which resources are available on Venus. These 4 resources here can be dropped from dead enemies on Venus missions or from containers that you will also find in these missions. And when we go over to Earth and hover over, we'll see on Earth you can get ferrite, rubedo, neurodes, and detonate ampoules. When we go over for Ceres, for example, we have a whole different bunch of resources, and this way you can find out for every stellar body which type of resources you can find there. Also, one thing you might want to find out if you get into the weapon selection in the market is not all of these weapons, in contrast to what you're seeing right here, will be available for purchase right away. Because in order to carry these weapons, you're going to have a certain mastery rank. Your mastery rank isn't directly linked to your Warframe's level or something, it's more like your entire account level. If you hit escape, you can see your mastery rank in the little number up here. You can also go to your profile, show my profile, and then it will show your current mastery rank right here, and it will also show you how many mastery experience you will need to rank up to the next higher mastery rank. And while certainly I want to go and make a whole new video about the whole mastery topic, it's actually not that difficult. You gain mastery experience by finishing missions on the star chart for the first time and by leveling up different weapons and warframes. Whenever one of your equipment pieces gains a new level, you get a bit of mastery XP. Whenever you finish a mission for the first time, you gain another bit of it. And once you have enough mastery experience to rank up to the new level, you will see a little blue icon up here, and you will have an option in the menu which says that you can start a mastery test, which you then have to finish, and you will be the next higher mastery rank. So basically, just by playing the game and by trying out different equipments, you will automatically rank up your mastery over time, and that will then allow you to get more and more different weapons from the market and other sources. Oh, and while you're down there giving the video a like, by the way, thank you for that, let's look into how you upgrade your weapons and warframes once you have them. This right here is your mod collection. If you go there, it will show you all the mods that you own. Mods are like upgrade cards that you equip on weapons and warframes to give them certain stats. For example, redirection right here, you can put it on a warframe and get 40% more shield capacity on it. The whole modding system and what you can do with it and all whatnot looks very scary, but believe me, it really is not. However, it takes a bit of time to explain it in a very beginner-friendly way, and I already have done that in a separate video explaining in detail the whole modding and upgrade system, how to do it, how it works, and a lot of people have already told me that it was a great help for them. So I'm gonna link the video right here, and if you get to the point that you want to know more about the modding system, click it, watch it, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna have everything cleared up once you're done with it. The place where you install the mods onto your Warframe, which is also going to be featured in that video, is right here. This is your arsenal, and here you can go and equip different Warframes. You can go and equip different primary, secondary melee weapons, and then also get into upgrading them with mods. As I said, all of that is explained in the video that I linked up there, so I'm not going to go deeper into that right now, but this is the place where all the upgrading practically happens. There are also other consoles here in the back of your orbiter, for example, your pet console, your arcane collection, and also a void relic console, but I'm not going to go into these right now because first, for example, the pet console is going to be explained in a separate story quest as you progress in the game anyway. About the void relics, I want to make a separate video, so if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure to leave a sub. And about the arcanes, I personally don't think it's important to know about this as a beginner, since you're not going to have any of these anyway. One more thing that might be important is right here. This is the Nightwave radio. If you click it, you're gonna see this interface, and what the Nightwave really is basically a free season pass like you also know it from other games. You're gonna have a number of daily and weekly missions down here, and once you fulfill these, you're gonna get Nightwave points, which then help you rank up through the different ranks and get all those nice rewards right here. I'm fully aware that as a beginner, most of these missions here will not make any sense to you and you will have no idea what the heck you're even supposed to do. And believe me, that's completely fine. However, I still suggest that at the beginning of every week you take a look at these missions because maybe there might be one or two that you can actually already do, and this way make a little bit of Nightwave progress along the way so you can get maybe a couple of levels in until the season ends. For example, right here on level 3 you have 2 more weapon slots, which is nice to have as a beginner, and it's totally realistic that until the end of the season you're gonna be level 3 at least. Or for example, on level 1 you get 150 Nightwave credits, which you can then use in the shop to buy nice things that you would usually have to buy from Platinum. Down here in the back of the orbiter, there are 3 more doors, which will be unlocked as you progress through the main story, so I'm not going to spoil any of this right now. Do your missions on the star chart, progress through the levels. If you need new stuff, get the blueprint from the market, build it right here with the resources that you get from the missions, upgrade it as I said in my other upgrading video, and have a whole lot of fun hacking thousands and thousands of enemies into pieces. If you now want to have even more important beginner tips, make sure to not miss out on this video, and if you don't want to miss out on further Warframe content that helps you along the way, don't forget to leave a sub. We see each other next time. Until then, have a lot of fun, and of course, good loot.